We hug our mom and everything, but a man hug, we never talk about that love that a man could show. If you ever see a video of a father and his son crying, that drink powerful. Because often we taught to bottle up emotion. So if you see us crying with our pops, that's really an emotional state, and that's powerful.
Welcome back to the podcast. I started this podcast as a way to help Black men in all aspects of our lives. Studies show on average we lose 2.8 years of our life when we're under heavy stress. And I think we can gain those 2.8 years back if we express ourselves healthily. Stick with me as I interview therapists, doctors, advocates, activists, and friends about how we can be better as Black men and as a Black community. If you're not subscribed to us on YouTube and following us on Instagram and TikTok, you'll definitely want to do that. Without further ado, let's get into the episode. We are here, man. We back with Jordan Pierre. Am I pronouncing that right?
Yeah, that's
okay,
right.
Solid. Listen, man, Jordan is a powerful brother. If y'all are not tapped in, y'all need to get tapped in. You are doing a lot of dope stuff, bro. And so, first of all, before we get into the episode, I want people that aren't tapped into you to understand who you are. Can you break down who you are, what it is that you do, all that good stuff?
Yeah, so my name is Jordan Pierre. Born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. I just graduated from Syracuse University. I got my bachelor's in broadcast digital journalism, and I'm currently getting my master's in television, radio, and film. And I utilize my platform. You know, sometimes we make posts, and people think we making a post for the audience. But most times I'm making posts for myself. But just that other people can relate to what we're going through. So, like, most times when I say it, I'm speaking or I give a speech, I'm delivering a message that I said to myself, but then I just say it amongst a larger demographic. And most times that's my way of trying to convince myself that that's possible. Like, I make various videos of like, we always tired. And I was saying that you got to learn how to still work under being tired. But that was me trying to motivate myself on understanding that. And there's a few things I got going on now, but that's why I utilize my platform for empowerment. I say that I want to bring hope to all the spaces that I'm in. I feel like somebody stripped us of our pride as Black people. I don't know where that came from, who conditioned us to feel like we was inferior. And I want to bring that pride back. Like, I'm happy to be Black. And, you know what I mean? I want everybody to feel that way and to be unapologetically yourself, no matter what that is. So it's reviving hope and being authentically and unapologetically ourselves.
Bro, listen, first of all, you speak well, bro. You speak very well, bro. Very, very well. You're a very good speaker, bro. I don't think people understand. So you have a speech that you did. It's probably like 6 minutes. Right. I'm not gonna undercut you. You feel me? He's like, yeah, I know that.
They're gonna have to go watch that. They gonna be like, boy said it's 4 minutes. It's 6 minutes, like 15 seconds.
Yes, sir. Attention to detail. I love it, bro. So it's 6 minutes, bro. What I loved about the speech, and this is probably something that most people won't understand, but you ain't look at no paper, bro. The reason why that's so powerful is because I know how many times you practiced. Yeah. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
You went in there knowing word for word down to mannerisms and tones and when to stop and when to go. You know what I'm saying? Right. I have an appreciation for that, brother. You feel me? You, so I appreciate I appreciate the preparation because people don't even understand. They'll watch the whole thing and not realize that you ain't look at anything.
Right.
You feel me? So it's like, bro, like, okay, first of all, talk about the preparation that takes, the attention to detail, and also why that was so important to say in that moment.
Yeah. So the speech and the story behind it in a general sense. So I wrote that speech, right? So I said that at Newhouse. Newhouse is the #1 communication school in the nation, right? It's in Syracuse University. But I wrote that speech specifically for the Black graduation because we have various graduations that happen in Syracuse. You have a Black graduation, then you have your school graduation, then you have the commencement. And when I wrote that speech, it was for the Black graduation that I seen during my spring semester of my junior year.
Okay.
Right? Sophomore year of my spring semester. And then junior year, I wrote it as I was pledging. I was becoming an alpha. Okay. And you got a lot of time to, lock in on your work, whatever it is that you got to do because you can't be in social spaces as much. And I just had time to think. And I saw a Black woman, she spoke at the Black graduation the year prior. So when I first seen her, I'm like, I don't know who that is and how you get up there to talk, but I want to do that. So that's what inspired me. And I said that in the speech, like, there comes a time where you don't think that it's easy to dream, but it's hard to aspire to become something that you never seen someone that looks like you in, right? And I seen a black woman look at me. I was like, I want to do that. So I wrote that speech junior year, right? At least I started it. And I started with the beginning, how I kept repeating the same phrase, which is that it's not the curriculum that makes the institution rigorous. It's not the course that makes the institution rigorous. It's being black in the context of America while trying to maintain academic excellence, right? And I kept saying that couple times. And I wrote that, and then I would say throughout the span of 2 years, so from my junior year to my senior year, various incidents occurred that I then change the speech in order to tweak it and make it more timely. That's when, like, Jordan Nilly, when I said is looking at the news and seeing someone with the same name as you. You know what I mean? Jordan. Because in Syracuse, I'm like the face of the school, but I'm trying to let them know that I'm still that same Jordan. That just off this campus, I could have been Jordan Nilly. Right? Same name, everything. Looked like me. So, boom. I had to make that analogy so that they understand that what makes it hard being this institution, not the curriculum, being a student. I have to meet that criteria being a student, but also what comes with being black in the context of America. So it took like within the span of 2 years. And as I was writing it, boom, boom, and then again to the spring semester of my senior year, right? I learned that I wasn't getting picked for the black graduation to speak.
Why?
All right, yeah. Thank you for asking. So boom, right? Now we got to talk. So look, this what happened. So they formulated a committee of 10 students. All of them is students that know me. And I'm known for utilizing my platform as such. It's not like nothing new. And they understood that that's what I do. And I felt like, so it came to me, and what made it hurt was that the person that told me wasn't my fraternity brother. My fraternity brother was a part of the committee. The person that told me was somebody that I didn't expect to tell me, but they told me, it's like, Jordan, you get selected. I'm like, wow. They said, because they said, everybody hear you speak. Give somebody else a chance. I was mad. I'm not gonna lie. It made me mad because it's like,
I'll be mad too.
Yeah, why would you remove an opportunity that somebody worked for? I never heard somebody work too hard for opportunity. Right? Nah, bro, you always talking. We don't want to talk no more. And I really want to speak at the black graduation because I felt like it's a message I want to get to my people. Like whether I could speak amongst different demographics, I wanted to speak to the black families. I feel like it's something we need to hear as black people. I keep telling you about the pride and making us feel like
that's your
proud,
mission,
right? That's my mission. So when I learned that I didn't get it, I was mad, right? And what I was saying at the time, so when I learned that happened, I didn't know how I should react. So I started calling a few mentors, right? And the way I worded the question at the time, I said, how do you know when God is putting you in a position for you to roar or when he's redirecting you, right? And the reason why I say it is because I feel like I'm a lion. Like sometimes you got to roar to let people know, like, okay, this is who I am. Sometimes you got to put people in their place. You know what I mean? It's good to be humble and grounded, but sometimes you got to remind people, like, this is not an easy thing that I'm doing. So if you ever want to compete, we could do that, right? And I got that from basketball too. So, and then I didn't know whether God was redirecting me. So there's a difference between God putting you in a position where it's like, if you want to go get it, then when it's like, I'm redirecting you. And I didn't know the difference between the two. So I called various people. I called 4 people. The first person I called was my fraternity brother, Ryan Williams. I'm like, yo, Ryan, I ain't get chosen to speak. Feel me? For the black graduation. He like, nah, I don't understand how that ain't happen. But he like, on a larger context, being that we know who you are, you're going to have other opportunities to speak. And other people, this may be their first and last time. So on a larger scale, don't even worry about it because you're going to speak again. I hung up on him. I didn't want to hear it. You feel me? It sound good. It sound good, but I didn't want to hear it. I'm not going to lie. So boom, right? I called my homegirl, Ari. I'm like, Ari, how you know when God is repositioning you from when he's putting you in a position to rule? And she like, when you put forth your greatest effort and the outcome is still out of your control. I'm like, all right, bet. I was humble. I was good at that. When she said that, I said, all right, boom. But then, like,
still banged it on.
Yeah. My pride was still, I banged it on, boom. But my pride was still on attack. But I felt like, all right, she gave a good message. So then I started chilling. One of my mans came to me and he like, yo, how you ain't get picked to speak? Oh, man. He made me angry. Back. See, I was good until he came and he said that. Now I'm mad all over again.
Right.
So now I'm like, yeah, there's no way. I may have to just make myself go up there and talk. So I called my other mentor. I had just met him like a month ago. So God was strategic and intentional with our experiences, right? All this came together like a puzzle. So I called him Cal, and I met him just like a month ago at a general convention for Alpha. Because I'm an Alpha. I'm Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. Right? So boom, I asked him, I said, how you know when God is repositioning you from when he's putting you in a position to rule? And he like, I gave him the context of it. He said, so what I think is that this is a position of learning. He said, there's different ways of contributing to a program without being the face of it. He said, so find ways to assist those that did get selected to speak. And that's how you become multifaceted. Like without you speaking, you still having an impact on what they saying and working with their speech.
That's some solid advice.
Right.
Yeah.
And he ain't know, but behind closed doors, the people that was selected to speech was coming to me asking for help.
Right.
But he was saying something that he didn't even know was in alignment with what was going on at the time. Right. So I'm like, all right, that's God speaking. Sometimes God sends people as messengers.
Absolutely.
So I'm like, all right, bet. And then so that happened, and I went back and I started helping them. But it made me mad too, the fact that I didn't get selected, but the people that got selected knew to come to me to help them with the speech. Feel me? So I'm like, all right, but that's good advice. I still was uneasy, but I listened to them a little bit, and I still had to ask one more person, right? So I'm walking in Newhouse now, and I see a young lady I don't usually even talk to that much, but I just felt like I need to ask. I'm like, yo, Ka, I'm like, are you spiritual in any sense? Right? She like, yeah, I'm God fearing, and the reason why I asked that because I felt like that question I was asking does have like a spiritual context, like how you know when God repositions
you asking about God. You
right.
gotta have a relationship with God.
Right.
You can't just ask anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Everybody ain't gonna understand that context. So then I asked her, I'm like, and I told her the context. I said, I've been working so hard for the institution. I've been doing this work on building, social uplift for the black community. You know, bringing students together so that we understand not only the importance of our presence but our voice. But I feel like I haven't been selected to speak at the black graduation. Like it's like that's the championship. And she like. You remind me of a podcast I was just listening to about the prodigal son, right? And I'm like, what's the prodigal son? And she refreshed me. She was like, it's a story about an elder brother and a younger son and a king. And she said the two sons, the younger brother asked the father, he was like, could I get my inheritance right now? You feel me? And that's disrespectful at the time because it's basically saying, I'm not waiting for you to die. I want what's all mine and I'm going to go do my thing.
Right.
And the father granted him his wishes. Gave him his half of the inheritance, and he went out and he splurred around, right? Did whatever. Girls, drinking, going to all the different communities and cities and having fun. As time progressed, his resources started to dwindle. The elder brother stayed with the king, though, tending to his needs, doing everything for him. His resources started to dwindle. The king started to hear that he eating with the pigs and sleeping, you know, and that's like a sign that you living amongst the proletarians, meaning like you were part of the lower class.
Right.
And they said that the king, just like our parents, when we say they know their child, he had like an intuition, like I know my child gonna come home. So he alerted the kingdoms like upon his arrival, we gonna have a feast in honor of his presence. So then he looking from the gate, you know, back in the days during the Roman Empire, you could see from far when somebody's approaching. So he looked from his window, he saw his son coming, and he gave the signal to the kingdom. Everybody started preparing the feast. They open up the gates, they having a celebration to honor the younger son. The elder brother, jealous, he come downstairs, he's like, yo, how you throwing a celebration for my brother and he disrespected you? And I've been here tending to your needs and you ain't never throw a celebration honoring me. And he like, the father's like, your brother was lost and he's been found again. Your brother was dead and now he's alive. That's worthy and honor of a celebration in itself. Right? And she looked at me, she said, you remind me of the elder brother. And she said, just because you've been committed and loyal to the institution don't necessarily mean like what you've been envisioning is what God envisioned for you. So not often we usually pray with an idea that we want to manifest out of that prayer. But not often that's in alignment with God and vision for us. And that's what she told me, and I'm like, and then she like, she said, so what God probably doing is not necessarily saying to change your speech, but to say it amongst a different demographic. So he redirecting you. And at that time, I was about to write a whole new speech besides the one that I said, right? But when she said that to me, I went back to that old speech, and I started rehearsing. Now there's more to the story. I started rehearsing. This is Thursday. The Friday night. All right, don't forget it's graduation weekend as well. So you know you partying and stuff. So it's Friday night. I go to the Bird Library. I'm in there rehearsing a couple times. I called one of the young ladies I was talking to, her named Chelsea. She come to the library. I'm reading it to her, and she heard me. I'm saying it a couple times, repetition. And she like, I like this speech, but I feel like you yelling. And she said, I want you to talk in your regular tone because I seen that when you speak amongst a crowd, you usually captivate the audience with your regular tone. And I want people to become so fixated in your tonality that they forget the message. And I'm like, I bet. So now I said it to her in my regular tone. She's like, that's the right one, right? So then we go out that night. Partying, Ice Spice. You think I'm a munch? I'm bad, right? Fuck it, I'm having fun, and I'm on it. They have this liquor thing, like you put. I don't know if it wasn't college. You know how you tilt somebody up, and they put the thing, and somebody do it. That's just me. I'm bugging out, having fun. The morning I wake up because now they have a like a brunch to meet the keynote speaker. Her name is Erin Westerman, which is the president of directing film for Lionsgate. So I get there and I lose my voice, right? And it's 10:30 and I speak at 12:30. So now I'm nervous. And now they have a Q&A session. I know I lost my voice because every time I went to ask a question, because people rely on me to start doing my thing, and I start asking questions, but my voice kept like cracking. And I kept losing my voice. I had to gather myself and speak again. So I'm nervous now. I'm like, oh, snap. Immediately I go to Google, swear. I'm like, yo, how you get your voice back in 2 hours?
Facts.
Right?
Facts. Cough drops.
Yeah, it said don't scream, don't whisper, and drink tea and some holes, right? So basically saying shut up. So I was like, I bet I'm gonna do that, drink some holes and tea. Boom. So now 12:30 is coming to the time we all on the stage and about to speak. They changed up the format. Usually keynote speaker is the last person to speak. This time I spoke after the keynote speaker. So I have more time to speak.
Right,
I'm like, okay, and get my voice together. I'm like, I bet. So then I'm up there praying, right? And the day before, I'll be listening to TD Jakes here and there. And he says sometimes God gonna put you in a position where the only voice you can listen to is his, right? And he says sometimes you could be in a presentation. It's like, God, I don't know how I'm gonna get through this presentation, but I'm gonna need you. And when I was on a stage, people kept saying I looked like I was uncomfortable because I kept moving a little. My bad.
You go straight.
And I wasn't nervous enough then, but I was praying because I was telling God, like, I was like, yo, I ain't gonna lie. If you could give me my voice, I'm gonna say one of the most powerful speeches I ever said thus far in front of the largest demographic. But I just need my voice. You get me? So I was praying on that. I didn't talk that whole time we were on the stage. I get to the podium and I'm like, good evening. When I say good evening, I could feel that I can't talk no higher and no lower. And the only tonality I could speak at was the one Chelsea said in the library. Was my normal tone. And I said the speech and they did, I did my thing. And then the next day I had no voice. I had no voice that whole Sunday. Like God gave me my voice just for that speech itself. You feel me? And then after the next day I had you ask any of my friends, anybody, I had no voice. Right? And then now looking at the situation now, it just come to understand that God redirects you. You know what I mean? And you can't allow situations to make you bitter. Because at the time I was mad still. Because I'm like, my friends ain't nobody. Like, they ain't pick me to pick at the Black Edition. But then I did the Newhouse one. And then it wound up doing what it did. And there's so much behind it. Like, Syracuse still ain't post my speech. The school that I graduated from, Newhouse, still ain't post a speech.
Oh, they wouldn't?
Right? Yeah, because what I was saying. Yeah,
right? what you were saying was too...
I was a little mad because I asked them prior to it going viral. Like, if y'all don't mind, let's do a collaborative post.
Of course.
Y'all should highlight the work that your students doing.
Absolutely.
And they dubbed it. It's like, we didn't plan to do that. I said, that's the point of a proposal. People propose things you're not thinking about.
Right.
Feel me?
Right.
So then the speech did what it did. Mello, Angela Rod, everybody did. And it's like, the beauty of it, but you gotta allow God to redirect you and not allow situations to make you bitter. So that's the whole story behind it. That's the first time I ever said it.
Nah. I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate you giving the context to that because that's a beautiful story on redirection. And I think a lot of times us as creatives, we can get so fixated. You know what I'm saying?
What we want to get done.
Yeah, you know what I mean, bro? You get it, bro.
Yeah.
I deal with that all the time. I'm like, God, why? Why right now, bro?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to do this, bro. What we on? Why are we playing?
Right.
You know,
I thought you wanted. Yo, I need that.
I thought you wanted me on this path, Big G. You feel me? Like, what are we doing?
Right.
But sometimes it's like, yo, you have to take the other path. Yeah, and you feel me? And one of the things that I've been praying all the time, even before I do anything, is God, let your will be done. And I pray that I am in alignment with your will. You feel me? I pray I'm not in friction with your will. Because a lot of times what you were going through and what a lot of us go through is that friction. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I want to do this. God is pushing me this way. Right. And you can't, you know what I'm saying? We ain't fighting with God.
You ain't fighting.
Come on, bro. Come on. You can't fight Big G.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
Right.
And the way in which you maneuver and navigate that is going to determine how successful you are on that path. So I'm glad you were able to seek that counsel and people spoke that life into you because it's very important for us not to be in friction with his will. And you know when you're in friction. Yeah, you do. You feel me? You know for the most part when you're in friction. If you have you just
don't want to do what he's saying.
Yeah, you know when you have that voice that's telling you, man, maybe I should do that, but you're like, nah, bro.
Right. But you in the back, you like, yo, I know that's what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah, you're in the back of your head.
But it's like experiences. So now I know, like and I have affirmation. I ask that too. I ask God for peace, clarity, and discernment when I'm making decisions. Feel me? Because I be too indecisive. I don't be knowing what the decision is. So I'm like, and he has sent signs and just become more
absolutely, bro. All right, I'm interrupting this podcast episode to let you guys know to leave a review on the podcast. Please, if you are listening to this episode and you're finding value in this episode, you're enjoying the conversation, or you've enjoyed a previous episode or conversation, and it's safe to operate your phone right now, please leave us a review. Your review is a free and easy way to support us, and it helps us reach more people like you. We're on a mission to build a stronger, more connected Black community, starting with Black men. And you can help us on that mission by taking a minute out of your day to leave a review. Your review helps us generate more listeners, which in turn generates more revenue, allowing us to expand the platform even further. So please take a few seconds out of your day I know you're busy. I understand. I know you're doing a lot, but it will help us greatly if you would just take a few seconds out of your day to leave a review right now. Did you leave a review yet? All right, let's get back to the episode. One of the things I want to ask you, because you just graduated, you're doing your master's now, right?
Yeah.
Right. So you deep in it. You're doing the college thing.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you, because I feel like a lot of people have this notion that college is not for everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So what's your thought process on that?
You know, like I would say college is all right. College not for everybody. That's what they say, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I also think that people have a certain something that they attach to what college is. Like the truth. And I wrote an article about it. I didn't publish it yet, but everybody don't go to college for the pursuit of higher education. Right? At least that's not what we start off. Some of us go to college because that's the first time we ever had a space where we actually just have our own bed. Feel me? Some people don't have a bed at home. So going to college is the first time you have a bed. Going to college is the first time you have a space to be yourself. Everybody don't come from a household that's conducive to their learning and their growth. You feel me? Sometimes your household could be a toxic environment. Going to college is also the first time we gain exposure outside of the block. I went to London and Florence through Syracuse University study abroad program. Nobody that I could name right now been out the country to learn and be a student of where we at. You get me? So like college is not just for the pursuit of higher education. It don't even start off that way. I declared my major during my sophomore year, the end of my sophomore year, but I didn't know what I really want to do until senior year. Now I know what I want to do. So I'm not going to portray that narrative that like college is just for the pursuit of higher education. It's much more that you learn in college from just academics. You learn about the importance of time, deadlines, setting, you know what I mean, scheduling. Because a lot of people do need somebody to place the schedule upon them, or you're going to place it upon yourself. But you learn a lot of things being in a collegiate space. And then just the exposure. And I say like it's two forms of incarceration. The first one is to be in prison, of course, but the second one is to be a victim of limited exposure. And coming from where I'm from, we being victims of limited exposure to where we come to normalize a lot of things that's not normal. I went to London. Law enforcement don't have guns. They have a special unit that come with guns as needed, but they don't just approach you with guns. So now the way in which they interact with citizens is different. They was grabbing people out the club, taking them out and talking to them like, yo, bro, you bugging. I never seen that before.
Right.
When cops come in a situation at my hood, we like, things start getting all out of, you know what I mean? We like, oh man, they here, it's worse. So like we start to normalize things that's not normal when we in a certain environment, we start to normalize a lot of things that's just abnormal. So that's what I'm saying to that. So college not for everybody in a sense of pursuit of higher education for a field. But if we changed what college is, if we could create another institution where we all effectively educate on our history, feel me? If we are still giving the exposure, we learning trades. A collegiate space is essential, or a space outside of the hood is imperative to have. But what I say, the institution currently is benefiting black people, no. But we could create our own institutions, and then it'd be beneficial. So I'm not going to push a narrative that college not for everybody. I feel like if we change what we attach to what college is, people would be more willing to be in the spot.
Nah, I like the fact that you talked about clear examples of why people go to college outside of education. Because I don't think people think about that enough. In college, that's where I learned to be a man, bro. I'm gonna keep it a stack with you, bro. Bro, I'm gonna keep it 100.
You gotta give some examples.
Nah, I'm about to out myself right now, for real, bro. I'm about to out myself. Before college, bro, I'm gonna keep it a stack with you, bro. I didn't know about exfoliating.
Right.
I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know you're supposed to wash your face.
Right.
I wash my face with soap.
Soap, that's it.
You feel me? Every month and a half, maybe. I was a dirty little kid. You know what I'm saying? When I got to college, I was like, and people would see me, I had pimples all over my mouth, and you know what I'm saying? People was like, yo, bro, what's up with you? Like,
right.
I was like, damn, I gotta do something about this. Right. Okay, now I'm exfoliating.
Right.
I ain't know how to do my own laundry because I was in the crib. My mom doing my laundry. You feel me? I didn't know about, you gotta actually cook because you're spending $22 on pizza and you ain't got $22 pizza money every week. Right. You gotta learn how to cook. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. You gotta learn how to manage your money. Right. Like I had experiences where I would walk across the street because I used to work at Best Buy. Mm-hmm. I would walk across the street because it was right across the street from my college, and I would work my shift, and then I would walk back to the crib. But that experience humbled me so much because every time I would leave, it was nighttime, and everybody's getting in their car. Mm-hmm. You feel me? Right. And I'm walking back, whether it's raining, snowing, whatever. I'm walking back.
Right.
And there was a time when people would be like, "Yo, you want to ride?" I said, "Fuck no."
Nah, it's me.
I gotta go through this. I have to. And it motivated me so much, bro. Because it's like, yo, I'm seeing everybody get in their vehicle. Facts. Don't give me no ride, bro. I don't want no ride.
Nah, it don't even feel comfortable.
I don't even feel comfortable in your whip.
I gotta earn mine.
I gotta not. Facts. You know what I'm saying? Facts.
Right.
It taught me a lot. It made me grow up.
Yeah.
Before I went to college, I used to think, oh, yeah, I'm an individual. I'm a man. I know what I'm doing. I'm getting good grades. Bro, when I went to college, I said, oh, nah. The first night I was without my parents, I said, yo, I'm kind of scared, bro.
Right. You uncomfortable?
Like, I'm uncomfortable. I got to talk to new people. I'm sleeping in a room with somebody that I don't even really, like, I know them, but I don't really know them like that.
Ain't nobody telling you when to come in the house.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, son. So people got to understand college is not, it wasn't even for real. Like the education, if I really got to put it on a list of things, it really is not even like, it's probably not even top 5,
It's
bro.
not.
You know what I'm saying?
No, bro, that's why I'm telling you, it's not the curriculum that's making my experiences rigorous.
Bro, there's a lot of
School,
stuff.
I'm not, come on.
Bro,
Going to class, bro, that is not what I'm learning here.
So
I feel like first 3 years, I probably ain't learned nothing, to be honest with you. I feel like you learn skills, and most of us, we go to college and we do not, like, they don't effectively educate you on how to become what it is that you aspire to become regardless. But you got to get the transferable skills. And most times for the black people, we make it what we wanted to do. Like, they teach me how to be an anchor and do hard news. I don't want to do that. But I'm a channel to do what I want to do in it. And there's various examples. Speedy Mormon is an alumni of Syracuse. Get me Salehi Bembury. He created the Crocs. He's an alumni from Syracuse. But they don't teach you how to do that. That's just how I experience it. So education, like you said, is not on the top 5.
Nah, it's probably not, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. A lot of stuff that I had to, college matured me from a young man into a man, bro. And I didn't even appreciate it enough when I was in college, because I was always like, man, this is whack, bro. I'm trying to get out of here. I'm trying to get my job. I'm trying to get rich. You feel me? I'm trying to get out of here. What we talking about, bro? We talking about discrete math. I'm like, yo, bro, where the money at? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what's up? I'm trying to get out of here, right? And then when I got out of there, I was like, damn, I need to be around more black people. I'm bugging. I should have enjoyed that time more.
Right.
Because I went to HBCU, and then when I left that HBCU, I was in Massachusetts. That's like...
Flip the script. Flip the script on the boy said Massachusetts. Oh, man.
Bro, I was in Massachusetts like, what the fuck? Bruh, there's like, you see a black person, you like, yo, bro. Yo, you feel me?
Yo,
boy,
where you get a cut from? You start asking every question.
Yo, I'm like, yo, bro, how long you been out here, bro? Wait,
so you live out here?
Yo, bro, I'm like, you not visiting, bro? Yo, I'm telling you, bro. I used to be in Massachusetts. Boy
facts. Say, yo, you not visiting?
Yo, nah, facts. I was the only person that was black in a grocery store almost all the time. I go in a grocery store, I was like, yo, bro, I'm going in there. People see me, they're like, what the fuck? Like, the fuck is a black? This is young. You feel me? I was younger than I am now. They see I'm walking in there with my do-rag. You feel me? Do-rag on after work with slacks still. You know, they're like, what the like
going on in?
What the hell? Man, I'm telling you, bro. So Massachusetts was a time, but it really made me appreciate being around black people. Yeah. Man, but I want to talk to you about something, because you're in media and journalism, and I guess I'm in media kind of just by association at this point, right? So do you feel like the media plays a role in the oppression or just the view of black people in general?
Yeah, definitely. So like as a journalist, definitely just this summer I was taking a summer course, and we did the critical assessment and historical context of films and television. So I learned some things that's new to me. I say like with movies and films, it's a term they call psychoanalytics, and it's like how we formulate our identity based on the narrative world that's portrayed on the screen, right? And now when I was thinking of it, because I also got to put things in context so I can understand. So like a prime example, we say that the largest revenue in Hollywood is from superhero movies, right? From Marvel's movies and whatever with superheroes. And when you think about that, it says if most of the movies that we view from Hollywood is of superheroes, and we think about the superheroes that have been portrayed of us, right, as black people. The first time I ever felt proudful to be black was after I seen Black Panther, because that's the first time I ever seen a kid dress up as a black hero and be like, I want to be black. I never seen a white kid want to be black before. Black Panther, I seen Hispanics, or people of different ethnicities wanting to be a black hero. You feel me? That's the first time we even seen ourselves in a certain light where it was intentionally written for us to be a black hero. We got Media Man, Blank Man, Pootie Tang. That's not a black hero though, right? Then they have Blaxploitation, which is other films that they created, but it was to exploit the black demographic. That's the first time it was an intentional film that made me feel empowered to be black.
Right.
So like when you look at the screen, a lot of times we do formulate our identity, or other people formulate a preconceived notion of who we are based on the images that's portrayed of us. So now there was a time period where TV was first just as entertainment. People didn't pay attention to it. But what media and TV has evolved into today, it becomes people focal point into insight into other communities that they don't interact with and they only see on TV. So it becomes a responsibility of us as content creators to understand that what we portray can be accepted as truth to a lot of demographics. The truth is that some people that don't interact with black people, so the only thing that they see of us is on TV. So and then you know, the way you can cultivate or condition someone to have a mindset of captivity is showing them a repeated flow of images, right? That's portraying a certain narrative. And I think about it when I'm doing news and journalism. It's like, why do we think that the news that people want to hear that's gonna get the most clicks is that of like negativity? Why they feel as if we will look at the stories of us getting shot, car accidents and things that's happening in negative portrayals than us graduating? Like my speech in the graduation, I don't want to toot my own home, but I feel like that's the first graduation speech that we've seen go that way, in that type of circulation. But why is it that we feel like we want to click more on us being hurt rather than us being applauded? You get me? So it's like how we've been conditioned through media. That's television and films. Then we think of news. For news, is a different form of conditioning. It's more of like an agenda where they only portray a single narrative story consistently. It's a lot of things that's going on that we not having conversations about. So like when I look at the news, I think about, I'm like, what's going on right now that we keep focusing on Ron DeSantis? What else is going on in media? Because why is Florida so important? And then you learn about the electoral votes and things like that. But it's a lot of other things that's going on. Right now, I feel like it's like a revolution going on in Africa. But we're not hearing about that. We ain't hear about the coup in Niger throwing over the government. We're not hearing about certain things that's happening in Africa where they are basically like not even accepting foreign aid. They like, nah, I feel like y'all aid is only going to keep us in a state of dependency. But we not seeing it. 43 million emails of JP Morgan were just deleted. Like, we don't even know about that. You feel me? So certain stories that's not being told, I'm like, wow. So media has an agenda, right? And then and then social media. Oh my God. I ain't gonna lie, social media getting us, right? Now social media is dangerous only because it's built on an algorithm, right? It's two things. One is the algorithm. That's basically a circulation of single narratives. They're going to continue to show you the same images that you may have liked or seen. It's going to continue to show you that one narrative of the world. Second thing is the likes. We all are attentive to what brings about the most engagement on our posts, right? And most times we look at our engagement, 30 views, boom, 50 likes, 1,500 likes. And we start to make content that's going to produce or increase that form of engagement. So now we're being conditioned to not only see the same things, but also produce the same content. And then it's like an overwhelming of knowledge. And I'll be trying to, you can't control your thoughts, but you can control what influences your thoughts. So like a lot of times I'm on media, you look at my journey, it's probably just straight inspirational on my search, because I'm quotes, Muhammad Ali, Malcolm X, Tupac. But that's like we all being conditioned. And I saw a post, it's like those that control the media control the mind. And then last thing I'm gonna say, and then we go to another question. I was reading a book by Carl G. Woodson called The Miseducation of the Negro. And in the book, I'm trying to remember the quote. He said, when you can control what a man thinks, you don't have to worry about his actions. When you can determine what a man shall think, you don't have to concern yourself about what he will do. If you can make a man feel that he's inferior, you don't have to compel him to take an inferior status, for he will go without being told. If you can make a man feel that he's justly an outcast, you don't have to order him to take the back door, for he will go without being told. And if there is no back door, his just nature would demand one, right? And it's basically how we've been conditioned to how people that control our media control our thoughts. They control our thoughts, they control our actions. And how the whole conditioning of the media has conditioned people to feel as if they can control what we think. And they do control what we think, whether that's music, images that we see. It does impact and influence how we think and how we act. So then when you think about all that, we have been conditioned to also feel like we think much more about the obstacles that's going to present themselves as we going down a certain route rather than just being optimistic. So he's saying, like, without a door being presented, our just nature would demand one. Like we demand an obstacle, and the obstacle not even presenting itself. People don't have to compel you to take an inferior status because without being told we gonna seek one. I don't understand. Like I wanted to work for Rock Nation as an intern, right? And they don't pay their interns. I'm like, oh nah, that can't happen. Cause I'm gonna contribute the same thing as your workers, if not better. I don't see myself as inferior. So I'm not an intern that's not getting paid. That should be illegal. You feel me? Like you not paying interns, that's crazy.
I know the old head's gonna have a problem with that.
Yeah, that's crazy though. Why would you not who could afford to take an unpaid job? If I'm living with my mom, I'm paying rent. Why? And they experience you to death. Say, but the experience relationships you're gonna get is gonna make it for money. Experience relationships don't pay bills, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like I love relationships, I love experience, but when that bill come, I can't say I know Jay-Z, bro. My bill gotta be due. You feel me? You can't allow people to experience you to death, bro. They had said all day. So yeah, I ain't take that position because I'm not. I didn't see myself like that.
Yo. Nah, bro.
You laughing? You know that, right? You heard that before. The experience relationships. Okay, yeah, all right. They ain't gonna pay no bills. But I tell my mom, I got experience relationships. She can say, "Nigga, you don't go pay that rent to them up." Experience, okay.
Oh man. Nah, sir. People will really hit you with that. On social media, they love to say, man, exposure. Man, fuck that exposure. I don't want that shit, bro. Right. Give me some. Where's my bread? Like, where's my bread? I got a team to feed. I gotta feed myself.
Right.
You feel me? I'm trying to get my parents I'm trying to retire my parents. What do we talk about? Stop wasting my time, bro.
Right. And that's real though, because you know, and you want the experience, but because it's beneficial. But it's like I can't lie. We come from certain environments. Everybody can afford to take that, and then what students could. Or what people who could take an unpaid internship? There's people that got money. My mom working, my parents working. I don't want to see my mom working at a certain age.
Nah, facts.
Feel me? We got things that we really gotta get done. So I think in that whole quote and reading that book, I recommend everyone to read The Miseducation of the Negro because it shows you, it just teaches you a lot of things about how to be miseducated.
Yeah, bro. That first of all, that quote blew my mind, bro. And the fact, man, people don't understand, bro. You good, bro. People probably didn't even repeat what you just did just now.
Yeah.
You just spit the whole quote out. Oh my God. And I'm not talking, you know, sometimes people do a quote, they do one sentence. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's easy to memorize a sentence. Everybody memorizing little Bible verses. You know what I'm saying? Like one sentence. All right. You did. I said, oh, he's still going. Oh, this brother. Yeah, bro. You listen, bro. I respect it, bro, because I understand, bro. Yeah, trust and believe me, I respect it, bro.
That's the beauty of it.
I want to ask you, you have in your bio, and I want to make sure I get it right. I'm the rose Tupac talked about. What does that mean to you?
I look up to Tupac for sure.
Okay.
I feel like there should be like a class taught on him as like a philosopher. Tupac had said a lot of good things. And the rose that grew, I'm the rose that Tupac talked about because he talked about that rose that grew from concrete. And I feel like coming from certain environments, they made it feel as if like, they always say you a product of your environment, as if that's a negative thing. As if our environment always produced the same product. No, it don't. You know what I mean? I'm a product of Brooklyn. I am. And it's different products that Brooklyn raised and cultivated, and we all not one thing. So don't try to make it seem like it's a monolith product. Like if you a product of Brooklyn, you going to go to jail. You going to be in the streets. You feel me? So like when I say I'm that rose that grew, I'm that rose that Tupac talked about, it's like I'm that rose that grew from concrete. And I always would say, and I applaud my community, because I always say it takes a village to raise a child. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people that believed in me, and at the time they believed in me more than I believed in myself. But that's what I'm saying. It's like a lot of us came from certain circumstances. We don't look like where we come from. You know what I mean? A lot of people wouldn't be able to tell what's going on behind the scenes outside of the images we portray of ourselves.
Right.
And that's what I mean. It's like I'm that rose that grew from concrete. I'm that rose that Tupac talked about. And just reaffirming children. That's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, let's get into that, bro.
And reaffirming children?
Yeah, word.
Nah, definitely. So Tupac said a thug life, right? He said the hate you give, little infants come back to F everybody. And I feel like it's imperative that we reaffirm children. Because I feel definitely as men, we born in a society where we not often reaffirm our agency or our capabilities. Most times we made it feel as if the only thing we contribute to our household, a family, or society is money. When we contribute much more than just that. You know what I mean? We need our fathers, bro. I promise you, like I was just talking to my pops, like, and I was saying this, I be talking to myself sometimes, I don't think I'm crazy, but like,
nah, you got to.
I was saying that one of my fraternity brothers, older, his name Paul Buckley, came to campus to visit us, and he gave me a hug. You feel me? I don't know, we gave me this tight hug, and something about it just like released a certain emotion. And I thought about it, it's like we never talked about the the love that a man need from another man, which is like our pops and older figures. It's some things that a child only gonna learn from their father. And there's a certain love, like a man hug, bro, is different. You feel me? We hug our mom and everything, but a man hug, we never talk about that love that a man could show. If you ever see a video of a father and his son crying, that drink powerful. Because often we taught to bottle up emotion. So if you see us crying with our pops, that's really an emotional state. And that's powerful. So like we don't emphasize as much in the importance of men. We contribute much more than just money. We contribute wisdom, guidance, support, love, all these things. We help to build a foundation. But we not often told that. We made it seem like the only thing we contribute to this world is monetary. And that's not. And I don't like that narrative. And I don't like podcasts or nothing that only talk about finances, right? Because I gotta talk real quick. Let's get it. Because what I'm saying is like, it's much more to the world outside of just money itself. You could give a person a certain amount of money and destroy their life. You know what I mean? I could give you $1 million right now. If you don't know what to do with your money, I could destroy your life. So like you got to teach people about their agency, their worth. The first investment is in yourself. You get me? Like you, the most important form of currency is people. But we don't talk about that as much. And then as men, we got to understand that what we contribute in our value is not just money. Because you could lose money anytime. And there was a time where our family formation wasn't contingent just upon money itself. We're like a man, bro. You know what I mean? So I always try to emphasize that don't let nobody or the society, your intimate partner, make you feel like the only thing you contribute is your money. You contribute much more than just that.
That's a good word, bro. That is a good word, bro.
How you feel about that? Your relationship with women.
I mean, listen, I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. That's important. Money is, don't get me wrong, money is important. Definitely. Yeah, you gotta have money. Yeah, you go. But at the same time, I'm not just a number. Right. I'm not my salary. You feel me? Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are we trying to make it seem like all that matters is bread? A lot of people have people that have bread, but you don't have peace. You feel me? Why? Because that individual doesn't know how to cultivate peace within themselves. Right. They cannot cultivate peace within a relationship. And if you're going into a relationship just thinking, oh, I just want this dude to have 6 figures, then that's not a solid criteria. Right. You feel me? Right. That's the same thing as a man going into a relationship like, oh, I just want this girl to have big titties and a big ass. Right. Like, wow. Like, okay. That's raise your daughter, your child. That's it. Right. You feel me? Like, nah, bro, you got to understand there's much more than that. And I always tell men, like, yo, bro, provision is much more than just financial. Right. Right. Provision is like what you just talked about. Support, wisdom, providing a foundation, being able to be vulnerable, communicative. You have to do much more than just provide financially. And if you get stuck on this trap, which society tries to trap us with, which is all you got to do is put food on the table. You feel me? Like, we're not living in a cave no more, bruh. Why are we trying to act like all I got to do is just hunt and bring food? I'm tired of that, bro. Yo, stop that bullshit, bro. Stop. I got to do much more than that. And I'm okay with that, but let's just be honest. You feel me? Because then we get into relationships, and when he's just bringing money in and not doing anything else, now it's a problem. But you've been conditioning him to believe that's all that he needs to do. Right. And they don't talk about that. Nah, bro, we got to talk about it. Like, what else do you contribute? You know what I mean? Because it's something that only could contribute his money or something like that. And that's a problem, though. We got to talk about that. But it's just like, when you come from a place where you didn't necessarily have, you couldn't base your value based on money. Because I had value before I had money. You know what I mean? So like, it's Christmases I didn't get gifts. You feel me? It's times when I seen eviction notice. That didn't mean I didn't have no worth. You know what I mean? So it's a time where I had to change up the way in which I base my own value. It couldn't be on money because I wasn't raised with money. And I knew I still had value. So then it's like, where's your agency outside of just money? And that's a lot of us. We can learn how to make money now, but it's like, it was a time I didn't have that. And I still had to understand my worth at that time in order to get to where I'm at today. So like, that's what I want to speak to. A lot of kids and stuff, we got to understand that we got value, bro. Nah, that's a fact, bro. What I talk about, I said this before. I said, black man, who are you without money? Because a lot of black men, their whole lives is like, I got to get to the bag. I got to get to the bag. Once I get to the bag and I get this bread, everything will be better. Then you get bread and you're like, y'all dealing with the same bullshit. You got worse. You feel me? Like, my girl's still doing the same shit. My parents still annoying. My job's still bothering me. But I got money now. I thought I was supposed to be good. Right. But you not. So now you deeper in depression. Right. Because you got everything that you thought you were supposed to get. It's like you finished the game, but you ain't realized it was like 50 more levels.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
Like you just getting started because you didn't really build a foundation. Now you at the end there. You don't even know how to play the game you in.
Yeah. Now it's and that's the thing. So, and we ain't gonna never get your money. You know what I mean? Learn how to make your money for sure. That's just the first step, though. That's just one of the steps. Not even the first step. That's one of the steps. Because then when you get money, you're gonna be around other people that make money.
Facts.
So then what happens? Now what's the differentiator? Not your money. We all got money. So now what are you gonna do? Now it's like what makes you different? You feel me? So it's like I'm always stressing points. Learn how to make your money. You know what I mean? You gotta pay rent. You gotta help your parents out. You gotta do that. But you gotta understand it's much more to yourself, and that it's a lot of steps you can't skip.
Man, bro, listen. We gotta wrap up, but there's so much more, bro.
Yeah.
There's so much more. I want you to, first of all, you said something in the speech, and I want to talk about it. I had to talk about it. I said to myself, ain't no way. You ain't gonna talk about it, because when it happened, I want to make sure I got my clips to load up and say it. So in the speech, you talked about becoming the president. Is that accurate? Okay. Can you explain what that means to you and why that's important?
Yeah. So the first reason why I say it's important, because I want to show us that it's possible for us to mount to the largest platform in the world while being unapologetically ourselves. You know what I mean? I said it in the speech, like, there's a time where I didn't believe I would become the president until I seen Barack Obama do it. Right? And like I'm saying, it's hard. It's easy to dream, but it's hard to aspire to become something that you never seen someone that looks like you in. And I want to show that it's possible for us to make it to that platform. Then there's various things that I definitely want to change. You know what I mean? The first one, I want to evoke the change, bring back our pride, make us feel proud as Black people. That's one. But there's many things. I want to change the relationship that we have with Africa. You know what I mean? I feel like until if Africa not free, ain't nobody free. Because that's where we all originated from. And there's a lot of things that's going on that we're not discussing in regards to the oppression that African people are facing and how we've been conditioned to view ourselves. I think that's the most hurtful part, is how the world conditioned us to see ourselves. Feel me? That's the hardest part. And there's certain things, maternity leave, you know what I mean? And like I'm always gonna say, I gotta give my women their applause. Our Black women always been out there fighting for us, right? And it's time where we gotta stand out and advocate for them to the same extent that they've been out there on the grounds fighting for us. And I say that to say is like, until Black women are free, no one is free. Because you could liberate every ethnicity and people without liberating Black people and definitely Black women. So until Black women are free, ain't nobody free. So there's a lot of things I want to change. And you know, I'll speak more to it, but those are the biggest things. One is to evoke our pride, understand that we could be unapologetically ourselves and make it to that platform. And the second one is to find ways to liberate my people.
Listen, bro, when you run, pull up.
I got you.
Feel me? Hopefully the platform
I appreciate you,
is bigger. You feel me? Then we can get the Black men voting, Black woman voting. You feel me? And we gonna get you. We gonna get you some votes.
We gonna make it happen, man.
For a fact, bro. For a fact, bro. Please, first of all, I appreciate you for pulling up. This has definitely been a really dope conversation for sure, bro. I know people gonna get value out of this. I've gotten value out of it. Tell the people where they can find you, what you got coming up, anything that you want to promote, anything.
All right, so Jordan Pierre on Instagram is 2 E's at the end, so it's JordanPierre. I had to put the other E because, you know, somebody took my name. I'm going to drop my clothing brand. It's called Voice, and it says, use your platform to amplify the voice of unheard. I actually got the shirt on right now, but it says, I can't fold because I have a community dependent on me. And I feel like our successes and our failures impact more than just ourselves, so that's what that collection going to speak to. And then on August 26th, I'm doing the back to school drive in Raymond Bush Park. I call it 44. But I just want to bring back a certain narrative and show the youth that that there comes a responsibility when you make it out, right? And I say, just like colleges that have an alumni association, every neighborhood and community also have an alumni association. With being an alumni comes the responsibility of building a blueprint and making for those coming after you. So I'm gonna have everybody outside. We're gonna make it happen. And those are things I'm gonna speak to right now. And yeah,
you got anything a little bit deeper that after August that you want to talk to or not?
Anything deeper after August? Various speaking engagements that's coming up.
Okay.
I say that. Okay. I'll be in the White House on Monday. That's the 21st of August though.
This month. Hold up.
Yeah, I'll be there.
This man just did a whole pod. I said, yo, promote what you doing, bro. Man said, oh yeah, I'm gonna do back to school drive. I'll be in the White House on Monday. What? You feel me? Nah, my man, you living. If the White House on Monday is just a chill, casual.
I got an invitation there, so.
Okay.
You know, I want to ask Biden if he let me speak at his farewell.
Oh, word?
They let a black young lady give a poem at his inauguration. So
Okay.
I feel like the opportunity arose and they let me do that. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Remember, that's my pitch.
Yeah. You got it ready?
Yeah, you gotta make that happen.
Yeah, you got it ready? You told you gonna ask him?
Yeah, I'm definitely.
Oh, okay.
Once I get it.
Okay.
Gotta find my way to it.
Okay. I love it, bro. Listen, man, whatever we could do, I'm with you, bro. I appreciate it, bro. I appreciate
the opportunity of building this platform.
Absolutely, bro.
I mean, not often we got a space where we could
absolutely
be unapologetic and vulnerable.
Absolutely, bro. Please tap back in. Y'all tap in with Jordan, doing a lot of dope things, dope work, and is a good brother. So please follow and then like and subscribe to the pod and leave a review if you found value in this episode. Tap in, send a DM. But yeah, man, we good, bro. Appreciate you, bro.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of the Express Yourself Black Man podcast. We really hope you gained some valuable insight on things you could do differently with your healing journey and with the black man in your life. If you found value in this episode, please leave us a review on whatever platform you listen or watch the podcast on. Your review is a free and easy way to support us, and it helps us reach more people like you. We're on a mission to build a stronger, more connected black community, starting with black men. And you can help us on that mission by taking a minute to leave a review. Your review helps us generate more listeners, which in turn generates more revenue, allowing us to expand our platform even further. And speaking of expansion, we're in the middle of that process right now with the Black Man Safe Haven. We're expanding the Safe Haven platform to add more benefits so we can continue to support the demand we've received from this audience. During this time, we've paused enrollment to Safe Haven, but we invite you to sign up for the waitlist. Safe Haven is our holistic healing platform where we take the stress out of the healing journey for black men. In Safe Haven, we provide you or the black man you know with access to a black mental health professional so you can finally heal from the things you find it difficult to talk about, and you will receive support from over 200 black men that are all on their healing journey so you don't have to heal alone anymore. You'll also get access to weekly meditations led by wellness experts, support group sessions led by black therapists, a library of over 200 articles geared towards black men's healing, master classes, and more. You can join the Safe Haven waitlist right now by going to www.expressyourselfblackman.com/safe-haven-waitlist or by clicking the link in the description of this podcast episode. Don't wait. Do not wait. We've had hundreds of signups for Safe Haven already, and we'll be opening enrollment soon. Due to capacity, we may not be able to service everyone. So don't hesitate to sign up now to secure your spot or the spot of a black man you know as soon as enrollment opens. Thank you again for listening to the Express Yourself Black Man podcast. We'll be back soon with more dope episodes. And until then, take care of yourself first, then the people around you. Love y'all.
Sometimes I know you feel like you ain't got nobody to speak to. A shoulder to lean on somebody you could preach to. No, you need to hear it, my brother, I love you. We got way too much to live for.